Two giants, one continent. Nigeria is Africa's most populous nation, while South Africa boasts the continent's most advanced infrastructure. But which country truly leads Africa? Let's find out. Nigeria, the giant of Africa, with over 220 million people, rich in oil and culture. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, known for Nelson Mandela, world-class cities, and diverse industries. These two nations often compete for Africa's top spot in economy, culture, and influence. Now, let's compare the economic power of Nigeria and South Africa. Nigeria, often called the giant of Africa, is home to the continent's largest economy. Valued at over $477 billion, it's fueled by a mix of oil, agriculture, and services. Crude oil has long been Nigeria's backbone, making up about 90% of export earnings. But beyond oil, agriculture employs nearly 35% of the population, with crops like cassava, yams, and cocoa feeding both the nation and exports. Nigeria's youthful population, over 220 million people, is powering new industries. Tech hubs in Lagos and Abuja are turning Nigeria into Africa's Silicon Valley, while Nollywood and Afrobeats dominate global entertainment, generating billions in cultural exports. Yet challenges remain. Inflation, unemployment, and overdependence on oil expose the economy to shocks. Infrastructure gaps, from power supply to roads, slow down growth. But with a dynamic private sector, vast natural resources, and one of the world's fastest-growing populations, Nigeria's economy is full of untapped potential. Nigeria is not just Africa's largest economy, it's a land of contrast, where immense wealth and deep challenges exist side by side. Its future depends on how well it can diversify, innovate, and invest in its people. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, has one of the most advanced and diversified economies in Africa. Valued at about $399 billion, it stands out not for size alone, but for structure. Unlike many economies dependent on a single resource, South Africa thrives on mining, manufacturing, agriculture, finance, and tourism. The nation is rich in minerals like gold, platinum, and diamonds, which have fueled its global trade for decades. Johannesburg's financial sector is one of the strongest in Africa, while cities like Cape Town attract millions of tourists each year with natural wonders and world-class infrastructure. Agriculture remains important too, with South Africa producing wine, fruits, and maize that supply both Africa and international markets. But the real strength lies in its industries, from automobiles to renewable energy, making it one of the most industrialized countries on the continent. Yet, South Africa faces deep challenges. High unemployment, inequality, and power shortages have slowed growth. The legacy of apartheid still shapes access to opportunities, and the gap between rich and poor remains among the widest in the world. Still, with its skilled workforce, advanced industries, and strategic global ties, South Africa remains not just a regional powerhouse, but a vital player in Africa's economic future. Let's examine the population size and demographics of these nations. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa, with over 220 million people, and still growing fast. By 2050, Nigeria is projected to surpass the United States and become the third most populated nation in the world. What makes Nigeria unique is its youth. More than half of the population is under 19 years old, giving the country one of the youngest populations on Earth. This youthful energy fuels creativity, from Afrobeats music to tech innovation, making Nigeria a cultural and digital powerhouse. Nigeria is also incredibly diverse. It is home to more than 250 ethnic groups, with the three largest being the Hausa Fulani in the north, the Yoruba in the southwest, and the Igbo in the southeast. Alongside them are hundreds of smaller communities, each with its own language, culture, and traditions. But rapid population growth comes with challenges. Infrastructure, healthcare, and education struggle to keep up, and urban centers like Lagos are bursting with overcrowding. Yet this demographic boom also represents opportunity, a vast workforce and consumer market that, if harnessed, could transform Nigeria into one of the world's leading economies. Nigeria's people are its greatest resource, young, diverse, and full of potential. South Africa is home to about 61 million people, making it the fifth most populous nation in Africa. Unlike Nigeria's rapid growth, South Africa's population is more stable, with slower increases over the years. The country has a very different demographic profile. South Africa has a larger share of its population in the working age group, and a higher life expectancy compared to many African countries. Its literacy rate is also among the highest on the continent, with strong access to education in most urban areas. South Africa is famously diverse, often called the Rainbow Nation. The population is made up of Black Africans, colored communities, whites, and Indian, Asian groups, each contributing to the nation's culture and identity. With 11 official languages, including Zulu, Xhosa, and Afrikaans, South Africa is one of the most linguistically and culturally rich countries in the world. But challenges remain. Inequality is still among the highest globally, with millions living in poverty while others enjoy first-world living standards. Urban centers like Johannesburg and Cape Town are modern and cosmopolitan, while many rural communities still lack basic services. South Africa's people reflect its history and its promise, diverse, resilient, and central to shaping the nation's future. So on culture and global influence. Nigeria is more than Africa's most populous nation. It's a cultural powerhouse with global influence. Its entertainment industry is one of the country's strongest exports. Nollywood, Nigeria's film industry, is the second largest in the world by production, shaping African storytelling and reaching audiences far beyond the continent. In music, Afrobeats has become a global movement. Stars like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido have taken Nigeria's sound to international stages, topping charts and winning Grammys. Lagos is now seen as the heartbeat of African pop culture. Nigeria's culture is also rooted in tradition. With over 250 ethnic groups, each with its own customs, languages, and festivals, the country offers a diversity unmatched in Africa. From Yoruba masquerades to Igbo New Yam festivals and Hausa Fulani Durbars, Nigeria's traditions remain vibrant while blending with modern trends. Globally, the Nigerian diaspora strengthens this influence. Across the UK, US, Canada, and beyond, Nigerians excel in business, sports, academia, and politics, proudly flying the nation's flag. Nigeria's culture is bold, dynamic, and unstoppable. It's not just shaping Africa, it's shaping the world. South Africa, the Rainbow Nation, is one of the world's most culturally diverse countries. With 11 official languages and a mix of African, European, and Asian influences, its culture reflects centuries of history and resilience. The nation is home to global icons. Nelson Mandela became a symbol of freedom and justice, inspiring movements across the world. In entertainment, comedian Trevor Noah and actress Charlize Theron have brought South African talent to global audiences. Music is central to its cultural identity. From traditional Zulu chants and Xhosa rhythms to Kwaito, Amapiano, and world-famous choirs, South Africa's sound travels far beyond its borders. Amapiano, in particular, has exploded internationally, making South Africa a trendsetter in modern African music. Sports are another pillar of its influence. Rugby, cricket, and football have made South Africa a global sporting nation, highlighted by the 2010 FIFA World Cup, the first ever held on African soil. South Africa's culture is a blend of tradition and modernity, local roots and global reach. It remains a country whose voice, art, and spirit resonate across the world. Finally, let's talk about development and infrastructure. Nigeria is often called the giant of Africa, but its infrastructure tells a story of both promise and struggle. On one hand, Lagos is a megacity of over 20 million people, a hub of finance, technology, and culture. New projects like the Lekki Deep Sea Port and the Dangote Refinery, the largest in Africa, show Nigeria's drive toward industrial growth. Modern airports, highways, and tech hubs are also springing up, making parts of the country look like Africa's future. Yet, challenges run deep. Power supply remains unreliable, with millions of households lacking steady electricity. Roads, railways, and healthcare systems often fall short of meeting the needs of a population growing faster than infrastructure can keep up. Urban centers are expanding rapidly, while rural communities still struggle with basic services like clean water and healthcare. Corruption and mismanagement have also slowed many ambitious projects. But Nigeria's potential is undeniable. With its youthful workforce, massive consumer market, and ongoing investments in transport, energy, and technology, the country is laying the groundwork for future growth. Nigeria's development is a story in progress, a nation balancing between overwhelming challenges and extraordinary possibilities. South Africa is often seen as the most developed nation in Africa, with infrastructure that rivals parts of the Western world. Its cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban, boast modern highways, advanced airports, and some of the best healthcare and education facilities on the continent. The GO-Train, a high-speed rail system, is one of Africa's most impressive transport projects, connecting Johannesburg to Pretoria in record time. South Africa also has one of the most reliable banking and financial systems in the developing world, attracting global investment. But beneath this progress lies sharp contrasts. While urban areas showcase first-class infrastructure, many rural communities still lack access to quality roads, healthcare, and electricity. Rolling blackouts, known locally as load shedding, have become a national challenge, slowing productivity and growth. Inequality remains a defining issue. Gated communities stand next to informal settlements, reflecting the deep economic divides rooted in history. Still, South Africa continues to invest in renewable energy, digital technology, and industrial growth. With its advanced industries and modern cities, it remains a continental leader, though one still working to bridge the gap between wealth and poverty. South Africa's development story is one of achievement and challenge, where world-class progress meets the urgent need for inclusivity. Despite Nigeria's massive population and economic size, South Africa ranks higher in the Human Development Index, offering better healthcare and education on average. But Nigeria's youthful energy is powering Africa's cultural takeover. Nigeria and South Africa, two giants with different strengths. One leads with numbers and culture, the other with structure and development. But together, they shape Africa's future. So, which one do you think holds Africa's crown? Let us know in the comments. Stories like this remind us of the strength of Africa's past. If you believe the world should hear more, join us on Africo Multimedia, where culture lives and legends never die. This has been Africo Multimedia, telling the untold stories of Africa's culture, history, and beauty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African stories.